Hello, Andrew Larson's Film Review Channel back again with another classic review of a hit fucking movie. Jurassic Park 6, Jurassic World 3, Dominions. This one has Dominions in it. Spoiler-free review. This movie's getting dogged on. Everybody hates it. And I understand why. I really do. But I didn't hate it. And a lot of my enjoyment was possibly verging on so bad it's good territory. But I mean, I had an okay time at the movies. I'd give it about a C+. Spoiler review. This movie is very strange. So, my history with the Jurassic Park franchise, not the biggest fan. I like the first two movies. I think the third one's pretty good. Fourth one, Jurassic World, is okay. Never saw the fifth one. Skipped on that one. Might go back and watch that one. This one is about on the level of Jurassic World, but with more to enjoy. I got a pretty good recap of what happened in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And based on that recap, I was assuming going into this new movie, this movie was going to be about dinosaurs roaming free over the planet, having dominion over the planet. That is about 30 seconds of the movie. This movie is not focused on dinosaurs whatsoever. Do not go into this movie wanting to see dinosaurs. This movie is going to make a lot more sense to you if you think of the Jurassic Park franchise as being about genetic modification instead of being about dinosaurs. The conflict of this movie is not dinosaurs. It's not dinosaurs roaming the planet. That's just happening in the background. The conflict of this movie is Monsanto, GMOs. Look at this. Jurassic World, sponsored popcorn, organic, non-GMO. This is a non-GMO movie. It's not about dinosaurs. The conflict of this movie is, so there's like a Monsanto standing corporation called Biosyn. And they're studying dinosaur DNA under the guise of making better pharmaceuticals. But in reality, they're using the dinosaur DNA to create these super locusts that eat all non-GMO crops. If you're aware of the history of Monsanto and how they trademark their seeds, their GMO seeds, and fuck with farmers that don't use their seeds, then this will make a lot of sense to you. Pretty basic, preachy, non-GMO storyline. Biosyn is Monsanto and they're bad. And the conflict of this movie is Laura Dern, Sam Neill, and Jeff Goldblum trying to get to the bottom of these super locusts that are eating all the non-GMO crops so they can save the planet and organic farming. This is an organic movie. And if you know anything about me, I'm an organic man. I only eat certified organic everything. I don't eat GMOs. I haven't eaten a GMO in many, many years. But that's not why I like this movie. I hate preaching. I hate movies that have my same point of view. I like movies that have opposite point of view. I like movies about, like, people eating poison and, like, having gay sex. That's what I like. I don't like movies that, like, preach to the choir with me being the choir. I don't want to see that. I already know what I know. And plus, it's a little disingenuous. Because I went to go see the movie with my son, thinking he'd like to see some dinosaur action. He didn't like the movie. He fell asleep because there's no dinosaurs. But anyways, we snuck popcorn in. And we were buying popcorn, and that's when I realized that the brand of popcorn that me and my son buy, Lesser Evil, is sponsored by Jurassic World. And I was like, pretty clever, Jurassic World. Going in with that non-GMO branding. And that's cool. It's great. It's not going to give me any points towards the movie. But I did still enjoy the movie. And you're going to probably be thinking, why did you enjoy the movie if it's a horrible follow-up to the previous film? So this movie brings back Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum. The previous movie apparently brought back Jeff Goldblum. I did not see the movie. I heard he had a really small part in that movie. I would say those three are the main characters of this movie. I would say Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, thankfully, are secondary characters, essentially, in this plot about non-GMO food. You don't see... There's very little of Chris Pratt going like, eyes. Keep the eyes on the raptors. That's like kept to a minimum. Chris Pratt's... Maybe... I don't know. Maybe he was in it more than I thought, but I felt like they were barely in it. And, of course, the parts with those two, Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt, were terrible. And their little clone kid, I don't want to see that at all. But that wasn't that big a part of the movie. The movie was mostly about weird, gray-haired old scientist who likes GMOs and the old trio from Jurassic Park who are like elderly. And I mean, they all did great. I think Sam Neill was fantastic in the movie. Laura Dern was fantastic in the movie. Jeff Goldblum was fantastic in the movie. They really made the movie worth watching. If you're looking for dinosaur action, this movie sucks. It has like a funny chicken kind of monster with like weird long sloth fingers that are like claws. That was kind of cool. It has feathers. That was the only cool thing in the entire movie, dinosaur related. There was an okay sequence like Chris Pratt motorcycle chase with a bunch of raptors. That was okay. That was the best action scene in the movie, probably. Really sparse on dinosaur action. There's the, cursory scene at the end where the T-Rex fights whatever. I think it was called a Gigantosaurus. The T-Rex fights a Gigantosaurus, and the chicken monster helps. That was okay. But, I mean, the meat of this movie was locusts. And, Laura Dern was like, I gotta find out who's making these locusts, because organic farming is about to go the way of the dinosaur. And she does so. That's the conflict of the movie, and it's resolved at the end. That's all that I can say good about the movie. Some bad things about the movie: lack of dinosaur action, for sure. There were two black characters in the movie, and they both worked for the bad guy, and they both turned good as soon as they found out that they were working for the bad guy. They were like, wait a minute, this is bad? Well, I'm black, so I can't do that. Pretty pandering. There are some black people that are bad. Why can't you just have a bad black man? Why do you have to have your two turncoat characters being black? It's almost unintentionally racist, because you're insinuating that these people just follow orders and they don't know what's going on. Racist. There was a scene with Laura Dern and Bryce Dallas Howard that was like a girl boss moment. And it was completely red. Like red lighting and red background. Like period blood. And Laura Dern was like, got to take a wrench and like bash this machine in. And she's like, bah, bah, bah. That felt good. It was sick. Girl boss moment. Badass. I love Laura Dern. And I mean, I love Bryce Dallas Howard too. And I like Chris Pratt. It's just that the characters they are playing in the Jurassic World trilogy of films, not my favorite characters. Really boring. The original Jurassic Park had a lot of character to it. And Sam Neill and Laura Dern and Jeff Goldblum in this film are coasting off the character of the original Jurassic Park successfully. Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt don't have that advantage. They have nothing good to coast off of. I would definitely recommend that everybody eats organic. Don't ever eat GMOs unless you want to die and get cancer and go to hell. I hate Monsanto. I think maybe the producers of Jurassic Park, Steven Spielberg, should write a fucking letter to the AMC theaters telling them to get rid of their GMO popcorn so I can, buy their snacks and feel good about giving them to my child. Well, with all that said, I can't hate on this movie all that much because it was just so silly. It was so strange. And it was just such a risky move to make your final Jurassic Park movie and have it not be about dinosaurs. to have it be about GMO food and locusts. And Colin Trevorrow returns as in the director's seat. I've seen Jurassic World. I've seen Safety Not Guaranteed. Not impressed by either one. I don't think Colin Trevorrow is a very good director. But he's a functionable director. He doesn't like... he's not like so bad that the movie doesn't work. The movie functions. It doesn't function as a final Jurassic Park film unless you view the franchise as being about GMOs instead of dinosaurs. Alright, love you guys. Bye-bye!